Testimony resumed today in the trial of a Wisconsin mother charged with negligence in a crash that killed her daughter and two nieces.
Prosecutors will try to prove that Carrie Milberg was posting messages on her cell phone in the minutes just before the crash. Milberg was driving the children on a western Wisconsin road in December of 2013 when she was hit by an oncoming truck. Today, jurors heard about road conditions, poor tires, and what was found on her phone. Bill Hudson was in court today. He joins us now from Ellsworth. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Amelia. Well, yes, jurors are hearing two very different versions of what caused this crash. First of all, prosecutors want to prove to jurors that, yes, Carrie Milberg was on her cell phone sending Facebook messages. But the defense counters with saying that the investigators actually did a poor job by discounting the contributions of slippery roads and bad tires. The day began with defense picking away at a Sheriff's Department investigator, Doug Ducklow, suggesting the tires on Carrie Milberg's car were too worn to be safe on any pavement.
But I wasn't qualified to give any suggestion about those tires.
Jurors then heard a recording of the truck drivers involved in the crash. Two brothers said conditions were slippery, saying it appeared the Milberg car lost control.
There was snow on the road.
Yes.
He told you in particular that he observed the car slide in the snow on the road.
That's what he said, yes.
Prosecution is out to prove Milberg was Facebook messaging on her phone just before the crash and drove into the path of the truck, killing her 11-year-old daughter and two young nieces.
I was familiar with the chat messengers, so I knew what it looked like when it popped up. I couldn't tell you any names or anything that was written, but it appeared something was written in there.
Investigator Aaron Hansen found Milberg's phone 4 months later after snow had melted. He describes a Facebook chat log detailing a string of messages between Milberg and Jason McKenzie. The two were planning lunch, joking about being nervous. But when McKenzie took the stand today, he was uncooperative and couldn't recall ever messaging Milberg.
I just heard there was an accident.
Evidence shows the final exchange between the two came 19 seconds before a 911 call. Now, when Milberg's phone was located 4 months later, of course, the service had been disconnected, but when they charged the phone, the Facebook app did pop up. However, they could not tell from that phone whether or not she was in the process of sending a return message. So that's one thing that we may hear a little bit more of, Amelia.
Bill, I know they talked about the conditions of the road. Did they talk at all about the condition of her car, if there were any issues with that?
Yeah, that took up pretty much all afternoon. A couple of state patrol investigators, mechanical investigators, and forensics folks talked about the condition of the car. They said the steering worked fine, the brakes all appeared to be working fine. There was a broken lug nut on the wheel and a sway bar was missing, but they said none of that would have contributed to an accident. They said the car was mechanically sound and should not have caused that accident, Amelia.
And about the tires, so they were badly worn, but they were still considered legal?
They were worn, but they were just barely legal, but they were badly worn, yes.
All right. Thank you, Bill.